to begin with, I call upon Anusha to share her experience of how she managed to successfully achieve a CPHQ score. So over to you, Anusha.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rishma ma'am, and uh, congratulations to all my colleagues, and thank you, Tena sir, for this for giving this opportunity to share something to the next batch as well. So there are actually a few questions which has been given to some of my friends as well. So the thing which is given to me is what is the thing which we need to do as a candidate to have a successful scores. So I wanted to give some like a 10 commandments. The first one, what I wanted to say, it's a personal commitment. So I'm sure that all of you could have entered with some reason to CPHQ, but don't think CPHQ is only for adding your credentials as well, or only for having your job change or something in your professional as well. You as an individual should have some commitment within you so that you can increase your concentration and focus much on it. Because if you do only for your credential sake and job sake, definitely that is not going to help us in focusing as much. So definitely you need to have some commitment. That is what for I'm going to do it. It is definitely going to add value to myself from within myself, that need to have it. Second one is your regular attendance, that we need to be punctual, as well as we need to have attendance 100%. Always SAS says this, but this makes a big difference, because even one or two sections we'll think, okay, this time, okay, I may skip it up for half an hour, or I'm late, I'm doing this, I'm going for movies and other things. So I don't think that is helpful, because each and every minute what we discuss in the session is very helpful. So we need to have some regular attendance. Definitely that will help us more. Third one, avoiding distractions during your sessions. So since it is online platform, there are some pros and cons when we do sessions in online. Try to minimize the distractions during your sessions, maybe with your friends, families, or environmental distractions, whatever in it. Sometimes maybe people may be driving in and other things. So since the class timing is fixed in, so try avoiding distractions during your classes. One, that you are not doing justice to yourself to attend. Second, your concentrations of learning your concepts will get distracted. So please avoid distractions during the classes. And next one is during sessions, try to make your own notes actually. So most of the things, whatever comes from the sessions is not only from the study material, which is in the websites. There are many things which is being discussed during the sessions. Some things comes from the practical experience, real-time scenarios, challenges, and other things from your other fellow colleagues. So try to have your own notes with examples, which will help you to understand your concepts when you go for your reviews and other things. And if you have your sessions maybe weekly once or twice or thrice, and the frequency increases as you go near your exams, just depend only on your classes. Read your chapters and your study materials again, so that you will your concepts will be deeply embedded within you. So try to read your chapters or modules again and again. So for example, if it is started with HDA and then progress to your module 2, chapter 2 and chapter 3, please go back and refresh your HDA again, because the concepts, when it comes to you at the end of your 3 months or 6 months, you need to remember the concept which is being told to you in the initial of your training modules as well. So read your chapters again and again, so that multiple times of reading will make you to remember the concept, so that it makes you at ease when you go for your final exams. And then try to have your individual flashcards. So making your class is okay for each and every chapter. For example, if you wanted to say it is a fishbone, for example, if you wanted to say it is a brainstorming section, try to have a one-page quick flashcards of yourself, so that you are understanding and making your own notes of having your important key points, which is very, very helpful when you wanted to have a quick reference before your examinations. Because whatever the notes you make in a detailed manner, that may not help you to identify all your things. Individual flashcards and your keywords is very important. And revision of your concepts again and again, so which I feel is very, very essential, because once you go from modules to module, we will actually, when you go with your module assessment, chapter assessment will be actually good. When it goes for your mock assessment, we may not be doing it good. We will feel like everything we know, but when you click on your questions, we'll get confused. So make yourself well versed in your concepts, understand the concepts. just don't go with, okay, if I say this one, this is not your things. Understand. So what for it has been done, then only you will be able to go with your applications. Because if you go with your CPHQ questions, you'll have your applications and your recalls of your concepts. So application in the sense is those concepts you need to apply with your scenarios and then you need to pick it up. So that will be told by some of my friends. And then during your discussions and other things, if the concepts has been linked, see, many of your professionals will say some of their own experience and other things, but try to link those concepts with your real-time experiences. So what is being practiced in your institution? So many could have come from different backgrounds, maybe from lab, maybe from quality people will be few, maybe from clinical pharmacy, maybe from doctors, maybe from administrations, you may be from n number of backgrounds. But here, when you come as in CPHQ professionals, link those concepts. You also put yours things little bit out of your boundary of your experience. Think that you're a quality professional which you are running, yeah, as for your entire hospital. Try to link those concepts with your real-time experiences or something so that you can understand it very easy, because those concepts, linking those concepts with real-time examples and interpreting it will help you to pick your right options during your examinations. And finally, I want to say that practice questions, when it been given from these things, so your practice questions can make your n number of attempts. There is no limitations of your practice questions. Try to attempt it as many times you can. Don't restrict. So if you would have asked me that how many times I could have attempted some modules and all, I have gone even up to 20, 25 attempts, actually, few things. So that means each and every practice questions, if I go for it, it is not like that, okay, once I open, the first question is A, second question is B. This is not the way. So each and every time, try spending reading those questions again and again so that you will know to apply your concepts, whatever you have learned, whatever you have learned, revised, and you're sure that you're confident, those things will help you in your real-time applications. So practice your questions as much you can. So this is there are much more which will get it from other people to get it. So that's from me, Reshma ma'am.
Thank you, Anusha. So what we learned from Anusha is attend each and every session, understand the concept, try to memorize it or link it to your day-to-day practices and then understand it. Questions are going to be scenario based. So if you have understood the concept, then only you will be able to, find out the correct option for each of the question. And we have to have dedicated time and effort. So yeah, so that is a remedy to get good successful CPHQ score. But when we do all this, we also have our own day-to-day activities. We all working professionals. So we have to balance our personal life along with this preparation, because each day, at least for 3-4 months, we are going to be spending every day at least 1 hour. And I remember sir used to always say that, at least in your, apart from the review class, we should spend at least half an hour to 1 hour reviewing the notes, what we did the previous day. So, yeah, it requires a lot of balance between the personal life and CPHQ preparation. So, here I call upon Surya, who will tell us exactly how she balanced her personal life and the CPHQ preparation. So, Surya, over to you.
Actually, while I was starting to prepare my CPHU exams, the main thing what I was is first I started to tell my schedule to my colleagues, that is my team in my office, as well as in my family members. I'm having a toddler who is around 4.5 years old. So it was a little bit tough, and I was not having a very great health also during that time. So, and also a death in the family. So during that time, the first of all, what we need to do is, what I did is seeking for the help. The main thing is I spoke to my family members that this is my schedule and I will not be available during that time. And I requested them to not to disturb me during those preparing sessions. While I am doing that, I concentrated very much on to that particular schedule because I was having a very less time. And also, I started to isolate myself when the exams was very much nearing. So while we are isolating ourselves, we will be able to concentrate more, and we will be able to take proper rest. And also, we should be resting properly, as well as the intake of fluids and food. That is also more important, so that it will help us to keep us very much energetic, or calm down or anxious. And that isolation helped me a lot. So I was out of my family, and kept myself well prepared. Whatever I need, kept nearby to me, and I was preparing for my exams during that time, in the same way how I scheduled it, how I planned it. So other than that, whenever I am spending my time, and other than my studies, that time I concentrate only for that. So there was a separation between how I was preparing for my exams, and how I am managing my other chores while I am being with my office people as well as my family members. So there was no confusion between it. But when we wanted to have no confusion, we need to communicate that to our pals. We need to tell them very clearly that this is our schedule and we need their help, and how are you going to prepare for it, how important it is, that seeking their help is more important. Without their help, we will not be able to do that. So this is how I prepared. And I also told the same thing only to my friends, whoever was preparing. Sometimes it will be very difficult, but during that time, when it is very difficult, you are not able to stick on to your schedule. Please do not get into the stress, or you do not feel bad for it. Just one or two times when we are skipping, it is okay. After that, we have to bring back our discipline towards the schedule, and we need to do the continuous practice on their practice questions. So that will be helpful, and that is how it helped me during my preparation time. Thank you.
Thank you, Surya. So you need to
Thank you, ma'am.
balance your family as well as, and you need the support of your family members as well as your colleagues, because it's a
Exactly,
journey.
ma'am.
And I tell you, every sacrifice, every time, every, like, you isolated yourself, will everything is paid off when you get CPHQ certified. So you know that joy is there. So
Very true.
yeah, Vidya will tell us whether it was worth having some companion and working together in group to prepare CPHQ, or how it should be. So over to you, Vidya.
Good evening, ma'am. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
everyone. Thank you, Tanasa, for the opportunity extended. So, is it worth having a companion in CPHQ preparation? I would say definitely yes. Having a friend or a companion while preparing for an exam can be highly beneficial. I just have four, key highlights in terms of what are the benefits that I had experienced. One is sharing of ideas and knowledge. So basically, once you have a couple of people with whom you can exchange your knowledge and ideas, and also they can share things with you, it is easier to discuss difficult concepts. It is easier to clarify doubts, and have some sort of a teaching schedule also shared along with them. That's number one. So sharing of ideas and knowledge is the first benefit, I would say. Second is motivation and accountability. So whenever you have a study partner, or say a companion while you're preparing for an exam, you can always motivate and push each other, so that you can stay focused and committed towards your goal of achieving the CPHQ certification. And also we get to be setting goals together. A study schedule can be planned, and if there is any difficult concepts to be discussed, you could probably revise on that. So that's number two. Number three is division of workload. I still remember that during a few of these sessions, sir used to group us, divide us into groups. So we are still connected. At least I'm connected with the Demings group, where sir had initially put us in. So it actually helped us to prepare for the the exams. Like we used to have, like what Anusha was telling, we used to prepare flashcards, we used to prepare keywords topic wise, because CPHQ concepts is going to be vast. So the workload will be high. So you can split topics or chapters and study them individually, and then share your key words in the group. And this actually saves your time and helps to ensure that all of us gain out of this. And the last thing I would say is having a companion or a study buddy will lead to a healthy competition, because a little healthy competition between friends can help in motivating and performing better, because we tend to be striving and moving towards the excellence by putting in some extra effort and in a more positive manner. Lastly, apart from these four benefits, we are all professionals, hopefully. I mean, the ones who have now recently enrolled in the CPHQ batch, I think you're all professionals. Or even if you're students who are pursuing your CPHQ, we all should remember something. Like, while you're having a companion or a friend during exam preparation, it can be beneficial, but it is important that we strike a balance by, avoiding excessive socializing or distractions during your sessions. And we have to have that right balance between focused studying and supportive interactions with your friend. So that's my key takeaway. And yeah, so I've made few real good companions during the CPHQ preparations. Like Anusha helped us. In fact, we've had a lot of concepts discussed. I've had good rapport with my Deming group of people, Prabha ma'am, Aldosri ma'am, Umi ma'am, Santosh sir, so quite a few of them. So a lot of learnings I had from them. So it is definitely worth having a companion while preparing for CPHQ. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Vidya. Yeah, it is indeed. I have found a new community of CPHQ right from the preparation till today. So we have added on, and we are all companions in this journey. So yeah, you make good friends, and it's fun also when some concept I may not understand, but my other friend has understood. So that is a real, you made good friends. I now move on to how to manage our time effectively while preparing this, and I call upon Vivek sir to take this to share his views.
And good evening to everyone in this group. My journey with Dr. Tanasar started in the year 2021 when I appeared for my CPHQ exam for the first time. I was not that serious when I joined my first batch. Um, I attended the classes, I prepared myself, but I missed around 5 to 6 sessions of classes, which I really regretted after my result was announced. I lost my first CPHQ attempt for 1 mark. The cutoff score was 97 and my score was 96, which has taught me a very good lesson, that how important the time that I missed during the classes was. Later on, when I joined for my second attempt with Sir, there was a quite different change from my first training and my second training. When I started my second training program with Dr. Tanasa last November, I was one thing I was really stick on to was not to miss his sessions. This is very important uh, takeaway that everyone in this group should keep in mind. One session of Sir will cost us later on when we appear for the exam. So this time, none of the classes was missed. This is one important takeaway. I just want to repeat it again because you guys take it very seriously. Do not miss any of the session. This is very important because every session is a different topic, a different module, a different criteria, maybe a different. It's different from one another. So please I would like to request everyone to manage your time while you're attending this session. Please do not excuse the sessions while it is scheduled by sir. Normally, the schedules are shared by him long before. You can adjust your time. I know everyone is professional, everyone is working, everyone is with family, but it is important that you are appearing for an exam which is tough, which is really tough basically. But once you are into the system of Dr. Tanasa, you will know to make things easier. This is first thing which I would like to suggest everyone. The second thing is, while you write the exam, this is a real example which I'm going to give you, which when I wrote my second attempt, basically we have 140 questions. So please finish the questions which you really know the answer. Finish it first. This is my kind of way which I used this time, so that I can spend much more time for the tough questions. This time, when I wrote the exam, it took whole 3 hours. Whole 3 hours was completely utilized by me. When I wrote my first CPHQ exam, I finished the exam in 1 hour 20 minutes. It was very easy. Sir prepared as well, but I lost it. But this time when I wrote my exam, the whole 3 hours were completely utilized by me, because questions has changed very drastically. There are some scenario based questions which you have to read multiple times to understand and come to a conclusion which is the right answer. This is one thing you have to always keep it in mind. Please make sure that when you are reading the question, read it once or twice or thrice, because there are some questions which you may not be able to answer on your first reading. You have to read it twice or thrice. So please make sure that you have enough time for the hard questions. Please finish all the easy ones, then spend your time on the hard ones. This is what I learned, because I appeared for CPHQ exam twice. The first one was quite easy, but the second one was really tough. So you can see the time difference. 1 hour 20 minutes was the first exam which I wrote. I finished all 140, but this time entire 3 hour was not enough for me to finish the 140 questions, because the question scenario, or you can say the way the questions look, was completely different. So this is one thing which I really want to focus to you all. Please have this criteria in your mind. The third topic is regarding the time you spend with sir. Please take notes while sir is taking the session. This is a very important topic. There are key areas, there are a lot of keywords, there are a lot of distractors in CPHQ exams. To understand how you can interrupt a keyword or how you can disregard a distractor in the question, it is very important that you should take notes. Sir always repeats the keywords in his session, so requesting you all to always take notes of keynotes, whatever he's focusing on, especially the keywords. This is one way of your success to your CPHQ exam: understanding the keywords and removing the distractors. This will also help you to manage your time during the exam, because once you understand the keyword, you can answer the question. You will be automatically directed to the answer if you are able to break the keyword from the question. So this is a very key important part of the CPHQ exam. I think that's all from my side. To summarize, there are 3 points which I have explained to you. Please do not miss any of the session. Try to answer the questions which you are really confident at first, then come back to the tough ones. And the third one is to identify the keywords by taking notes during the session, which is very important for this exam. Most of the questions will be having multiple distractors and multiple keywords. You has to understand it to break and come to the right answer. That's all from my side. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Rishma.
Thank you, Vivek. Since you are talking about keywords and the keywords are only key to your quick answer, so you will be managing your time also if you know the quick word. So we'll move on to Nisha Nazir, ma'am. Because we are talking about keywords, so quickly she can tell us how to identify and remember the keywords in the scenarios when we are writing the CPHQ exam. So, Kamaruddin sir, I'll come to you a little later. Nisha, if you can tell us how we can identify the keywords from scenarios, which will help us quickly answer the questions.
Thank you, Dr. Reshma.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Tenarusu sir for giving me this platform and also for his continuous motivation and guidance throughout my CPHQ journey. And as my other friends have mentioned, like obtaining this CPHQ certification, it is not only professional but also an academic achievement. It helps us to keep in pace with the quality standards and advancements in the healthcare sector. So by those of you who have joined RISI, I feel from my experience that you are in the right track, and the main highlight being the teaching methodology of sir. Like those of you who are attending his classes would know that how systematically each topics are taken, and in each topic he mentions the important topics or concepts, and also like what are the likely questions and the number of questions. And as my other friends have mentioned, it also emphasizes the importance of adherence to classes, because we cannot miss any of the class. In all the classes there are lot of sir shares lot of informations, like which are not only important for our CPHQ exam but also which can be used in our daily practice. Like we have various modules, and for example healthcare data analytics, like that statistics may be a difficult one for most of us. So in those, how can we tackle it? What I have found is by identifying the keywords. So to identify the keywords, you have to adhere strictly to the classes. So in each classes, sir mentions in each slide, like if a slide has 5 points, he tells us like 50 information and examples in each of the slides. So what I have found is that like understanding keywords, and also in his slides you can see that he has mentioned the keywords in red ink. So from my practice I have understood that it is better to make notes and highlighting these keywords, so that it will be easy for you to revise during the revision sessions. And once the our review sessions are over, and once we have finished preparing the notes, like I don't think it is necessary to refer any other material, because everything you need for the CPHQ is being covered by sir. Then the next thing I want to emphasize is like Ma'am Anusha has said, the importance of preparing the flashcards. The flashcards, like after each session, you can prepare flashcards with highlight to the keywords. And also like once you highlight the keywords, when you come to the practice sessions, you will understand that like when we know the keywords, it not only helps us to identify the correct answer, but also like we can eliminate the wrong answer. For some questions we might not be knowing the correct answer, but we can, with the help of these keywords, we can avoid the or eliminate the wrong answer. So there comes the importance of identifying the keywords by attending the sessions. So this is what I want to tell you from my experience, like do adhere to the classes and prepare flashcards. And during the practice sessions also, just try to utilize this keywords. Like whenever you attempt a question, just try to link it to the keywords, either for eliminating the options or for finding out the correct answer. So wish you all the best, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Nisha, for sharing that. I now move on to Kamaruddin sir, who will tell us how this journey has changed his day-to-day practice as a quality professional.
Good evening, all. My name is Kamaruddin. I'm working as a quality officer in University Hospital of Sharjah. So basically, I'm working in the laboratory professional. I'm working as a laboratory professional. So before I came to this course, like we are always hearing about CPHQ. So here and there, it's like how relevant it is for me to take up this course, and is it worth? These are questions I had, like, why should I take this? Like, is it just another certificate I'm going to get it done after this? Or is it going to really have an impact on my workplace? So this is what, like, the topic given to me was exactly, I started my journey of CPHQ. And today I got the same topic. So I'm so happy to share my view on this one. So always as a lab professional, so I thought, like, I had a dilemma, like CPHQ, like you come across several people like talking about CPHQ. And but as a lab professional, I wanted to think, like, why I have to do this? Is it really going to have an impact on my workplace? So in our day-to-day practice, we used to use some statistical tools, and we used to have some calculations and graphical presentations and all these things. So like what I know or what I learned from my experience, and also I was trying to manage with them. So I was presenting in what I know only. So when I started the CPHQ course, I really got a meaning of what is statistical tool, what is patient safety, and what is quality and quality tools, how it is being used, regardless of CPHQ. So I find it very useful and lifetime lesson for me, this course by Dr. Tanarasu sir. So he gave all his knowledge, like he explained in a way that everyone will understand it. Or if we are not understanding it, still he will try his best to make sure that we understand it. Like like what I know, sometime I send him a personal message. See, he never hesitate to answer it in the way I wanted to learn it. So that gave me an upper hand of passing the examination, I feel. So next thing is in my workplace. So always I was in a confusion, like what I'm doing is correct. There is no one to correct it. So I'm just doing what I know or what I take from the internet. So now I'm very confident in my workplace. So what I'm doing is right. I'm 100% sure. So I'm 100% confident to present it to any level of management or anybody. Even we share some data to the insurance companies and outsiders. So I'm 100% sure that what I'm sending is correct and it has a meaning. So before, let's say, like I will use a bar chart for whatever I come across. So I don't know the exact purpose of it and where to use it, how to use it. So now I know the meaning of every possible charts available, and hopefully to some extent. So I'm applying it. Now I have changed a lot in my workplace, and I'm seeing a potential of like before I don't see that much potential to use a statistics or involving patient safety and improvement in my workplace. Now every day I'm exploring an opportunity, like, yes, I can implement this where I learned it from the class. Even the notes what I have kept I kept it in my office itself. So when I have a doubt whether I'm doing the right thing, so I go back and I check it. So I have a reference for it. As all my friends, the previous speakers was telling to you how important it is. not only to pass the CPHQ exams, but it is very important for you to carry a lifelong lesson, I feel. I have a one full book of notes when I started writing in each and every session. Soon after the session, I will try to just summarize it also myself, like, okay, this is what he was saying. So if I have a doubt, I get back to my colleague or whomever is attending the course along with me. So to make sure that I understood it in the same way. So that book, I'm sure I will keep it until I work in this field, because that has that much of invaluable informations into it. I'm 100% sure. Even I found a lot of things which the internet cannot answer to us during his sessions, because you find it like maybe some topics are not relevant to you, but I'm sure when you come into implement it in your workplace, that has a real like whatever you learn having a very high chance of implementing in your workplace in a right way. Okay, so take it in that way, but not only for the sake of CPHQ certificate. I'm sure with the Shar's experience and with his great knowledge, that we will easily go through the certifications with your good efforts. But in addition to that, as a take-home message, like I took that this class as a lifelong information. I don't know how much impact this certificate will have in my workplace, how much valuable it is, but the information what I got is, I'm sure, like it has a great it is a great treasure that I took it, and I started implementing it. So if I get another opportunity, I can just highlight the chances I was as a presentation also, what all changes I did before and after, since it's an short session, so I could not put them together. But I really worth to take those messages, those informations, and I implemented, and I feel there are a lot of changes, because I'm representing our laboratory in the hospital committee. So I need to know their language indeed. And when quality people represents from different departments, so I need to know their language, what they are talking. Is it right? What I'm saying is right, and what they are saying is okay to me. So how I can do our present my department in a better way, and like how to analyze this problem. We have long-standing issues with different departments where we found where we can't where I thought that this cannot be solved out. So after coming to this, I got an idea like how to solve this, at least how to convince it that technically or quality wise that what we are standing is in the right way. Like, so also what I wanted to say is, yeah, it is there is a significant change in the quality practice after CPHQ, because of a lot of him, because many courses I come across, like I hear that it will finish in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time. Indeed, when I was joining, I had an confusion, like why should I go for a 5 months of course where I can do it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time. But it's like I realized, like once I finished this course, I really realized that yes, it is really worth to spend on quality time. So we after finishing our basic academical experience, it's been quite long time now. I went through such extensive training course. So I felt that heat. We need to spend our good time, like spend some weekends, because especially we reserve weekends for the families. So we need to sacrifice something, focus on it, take it seriously, take notes, and write your inputs, ask questions. Don't hesitate to ask questions. If some of you are attending the class, you might be knowing it, so he will be very much happy to clear all the doubts, and he makes sure that we understand everything. Sir makes sure that you understand the things what exactly it is. Otherwise he will keep give as much as information until you say yes, yeah, this is what I yourself, that yes, this is what I wanted to know. So please take it seriously, and it changed a lot. It had really a good impact on my work practice on day to day. I feel now, so I'm somewhat a complete quality professional in my workplace. So at least ahead of what I was doing, at least much better than what I was doing without this course. So thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Doctor. I now call upon Meetu to share her lessons learned through this CPHQ journey.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah. So, mm, to start on the CPHQ journey, the most important is the CPHQ journey could never have been possible without Nana sir. Um, he made us do that. The commitment, the way it was inculcated in all of us is, I think, where we all are talking about our CPHQ journeys today. So, just to quote it, I must say, like, without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you will never finish. That's the core mantra, what I have learned from my CPHQ journey. And I think if this was not true, we seven of us wouldn't be here on the webinar talking about our success story. So the lesson what I learn is like never give up. Even if you lose at first, fall down 7 times and get up 8. This was a common journey for all of us during our mock exams. I still remember our first mock exam, and it happens, but that's how we learn. That's if you're consistent with your learning, if you follow what sir tells you, if you are very consistent with your classes, I don't find any reason, for not getting the CPHQ. And CPHQ for me was the litmus test of testing my abilities, my strength, and my self management. We all had been talking about how to balance life, is a companion important, my self strength, my time management. That's what CPHQ and the whole journey from where I come is I learn how strong and how well organized we actually could be once we were doing the course of certification. For me, the mantra for success and the lessons learned, the first and the foremost was just follow sir. Whatever he used to teach us, the way he used to guide us was very important. The rest was a daily revision and a practice. A little step every day was a ladder of success to us. Every day, be it in the form of flashcards, be it in the form of groups, it was a daily revision and a practice. What's more important? And second is don't panic. Examination fear is an indicator that we didn't utilize our time optimally. That is what sir always used to tell us. That don't worry. It's like if you've practiced it daily, you know the concept. You be on the concept, you learn the concept, you live the concept. Give your 100%. 100% in your studies, in your classes, whatever you are doing. The most important was we all used to be like very, very much scared about the exam. And so always used to say, don't lose heart. Just follow the concepts and you would be able to do that. And the beautiful thing about the learning is that no one can take it away from you once you learn it as a concept and not just as a CPHU certification. My journey, if I say, I think I live the concepts what I have learned from here, be it in my graphs, be it in the way I put up my presentations, be it in the way I talk to my people. That's what I've learned from CPHQ. And that's my lessons learned from the whole 6 month journey, what I have been with all these beautiful people on the panel and talking about CPHQ. And that's all from myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Meetu. And thank you, Anusha, Surya, Vidya, Vivek, Kamar, Nisha, and Meetu all together. And a big, all the good wishes for you to have wonderful future. Practice what we have learned, and I'm sure that you all are going to take up this journey. This journey does not end here; it actually starts here, and you have a big, beautiful future of all quality professionals. So, all the best to you, each one of you. Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
God bless you. Anything
Thank
else,
you.
sir? If you can add, if
Thank
I
you. Thank
or
you,
we can
everyone.
stop. We can stop, I
Yes.
think, Tina, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. Yeah. Thanks a lot for your sessions and thanks to others, Nisha ma'am, Surya ma'am, Vidya ma'am. Yes. Vivek sir, Kamaruddin sir, Nisha and Dr. Meetu ma'am. So thanks to all. And this time we got 89% of pass. But what is the percentage of pass from NAHQ as per their database? Only 67%. So we are more away from the benchmark. Significant difference. And what is the secret for this? This is because of our teamwork. I'm not the one responsible for this. So this is because this is the power of teamwork. So if there is teamwork, commitment, communications, and culture, positive culture, definitely we can do many things. I'm sure definitely we'll do more collaboration in future to do something for our community, not only for money. Okay. Thanks to all. Good night.
Good
Thank you,
night.
sir.
God
Thank you,
bless you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.